the trickster of the tall grass. In the heart of the golden savanna lived Fisi, a wealthy hyena who owned more gold than he had teeth. He lived beside a clever rabbit named Sungu. They had been neighbors for a very long time, but Sungu was secretly unhappy. He watched Fisi count his coins every day and thought, "It is not fair that one friend should have so much while the other has so little. I must find a way to balance the scales." One morning, Sungu approached Fisi with a plan. "You could be even richer," he promised. "Let us start a leather business. If you lend me some gold to start, we can share the profits later." Fisi loved the idea and handed over his gold. The business grew quickly, but Sungu kept every penny for himself. When Fisi asked for his share, Sungu pretended to be very sick. Eventually, he told Fisi, "A thief has stolen everything. We have nothing left." Fisi was angry, but Sungu promised to pay him back. He built a small pond and invited Fisi over for a meal. He served Fisi a bowl of delicious, savory fish soup. Fisi licked the bowl clean and asked, "Where did you find such wonderful fish?" Sungu pointed to the dry, shallow pond. "If you dig it deeper, the fish will come automatically," he lied. Fisi spent the whole day digging in the hot sun, but not a single fish appeared. Fisi confronted Sungu, his fur bristling with rage. To calm him, Sungu served him a drink that tasted like sweet honey. "How did you make this?" Fisi asked in surprise. Sungu whispered, "It is simple. Cut down banana trees, collect the sap in a pot, and wait 3 weeks. Then it will be ready." Fisi went home and did exactly that. But after 3 weeks, the sap tasted so bitter, it nearly burned his tongue. Enraged, Fisi grabbed a large burlap sack and rushed to Sungu's house. Without a word, he stuffed the rabbit into the bag and tied it tight. "I am throwing you off the great cliff," Fisi growled. He swung the sack over his shoulder and started the long walk. But halfway there, Fisi realized he had forgotten his favorite pipe. He dropped the sack by the side of the road and hurried back home to get it. While the sack sat by the road, a fox named Mbweha wandered by. He stopped when he heard a voice calling from inside the bag. "Hello, Mbweha," Sungu cried out. The fox was confused. "Sungu? What are you doing in there?" Sungu let out a long, fake sigh. "The animals have decided to crown me as the high ruler of the tall grass. They want to give me a golden crown and all the honey I can eat, but I simply don't want the responsibility." Mbweha's eyes went wide. "A golden crown? Honey?" he whispered. "If you don't want it, I will take your place." Sungu pretended to hesitate. "Well, I suppose if you really want to." Mbweha quickly untied the rope and let Sungu out. The fox scrambled into the sack, and Sungu tied it shut once more. "I'll call for you once I'm king," Mbweha muffled from inside. Sungu just laughed and hid behind a nearby baobab tree. Soon, Fisi returned with his pipe. He hoisted the sack up, noting it felt a bit heavier. "What have you been eating, you thief?" Fisi grumbled. "It doesn't matter. I will get rid of you once and for all." Mbweha began to scream, "Let me out! I am not the rabbit." But Fisi just shook his head. "I know your tricks, Sungu." He reached the edge of the great cliff and, with a mighty heave, tossed the sack into the swirling blue river far below. Fisi walked home, finally feeling at peace. But when he arrived at Sungu's house, he saw a terrifying sight. A white, glowing figure was sitting by the pond. Sungu had covered himself in white river clay and was waving his arms slowly. "Fisi," the rabbit wailed in a spooky, hollow voice, "you cannot kill the one who knows the secrets of the earth. I have returned from the dead to take back my gold." Fisi didn't stay to hear another word. Thinking he was being chased by a ghost, he turned and bolted into the tall grass, running faster than he ever had in his life. He ran so far that he left the savanna entirely. Sungu washed off the clay and sat by his pond, enjoying the quiet. From that day on, Fisi never crossed paths with the rabbit again, and Sungu lived happily, knowing that wit was worth more than a mountain of gold.